Hi everyone, welcome to Author Speak, an initiative of Books Etc. Well, Books Etc. is a literary bookstore where you can buy gifts for book lovers. So it's a beautiful initiative by Sabah Bashir and her husband Amir. And thank you for inviting me to Author Speak. I am Teresa Rehman. I'm a journalist and an author based in Northeast India. And reporting from the region has been my forte, and I have worked for leading media houses like India Today, Telegraph, Tehelka, and before starting my own venture called the Thumbprint. Well, it's lockdown time and I am here in Assam, in my hometown Guwahati, and it's pleasant weather out here. I'm trying to appreciate the little things in life, the beautiful birds that come visiting every day. In fact, a copper-smith barbet comes every day. And I have also, I could also hear thunderstorm some time back. It was the annual wind that ushers in the monsoon, which is known as Bordoisila. Well, today I'm going to talk about my books. My first book was The Mothers of Manipur, which was brought out by Zuban Books, and my second book, my latest book is Bulletproof. It's by Penguin Random House India, and Bulletproof is about the life of a journalist. Actually, it's a journalist notebook on reporting conflict, and I would like to read out the blurb from this book. Ramchandra Guha writes, it's an important book written by a very brave reporter. And Eliza Munoz, Executive Director of International Women's Media Foundation, says, this book is a renewed appreciation of the critical role of journalists in our world. And Daniel Lack of Al Jazeera writes, Teresa Rehman's reporting has played a crucial role in keeping the world informed on this troubled and fascinating region. So I would like to read out an excerpt from this book, Bulletproof. It is from a chapter called Enigma. And this is when I had gone to meet two former cadres of the Enigma squad of the ULFA, the United Liberation Front of Assam, which is a proscribed militant outfit. I walk up to a table near the window. The coffee shop has long windows overlooking the street. I can see the bustling city passing by as the moments keep ticking. I think of the questions I'll ask them and wonder how they will look like. For a moment, I also wish that they would not arrive, that I'll be happy to cancel this appointment. I settle down and shove the umbrella under my chair. The waiter comes and hands me the menu. I try not to look at him. I keep staring at the menu card and at my phone. Those were not the smartphone days, and we had only SMSs to communicate. My source told me that they would be there at 3 p.m. I'm early, as it's only 2:45 p.m. I ask for my comfort drink, a steaming cup of masala tea. I like their chai as it has generous amounts of milk and sugar. I'm edgy and ill at ease. I unconsciously twiddle my thumb to relieve my stress. Lost in thought, sipping the chai the waiter has brought, I look around. A couple is sitting at one of the tables. They whisper sweet nothings as they munch on the freshly baked scones. I want to order a jam tart, but then I feel it will be too sweet. I do not want to eat anything sweet today. Every moment seems like an hour. There is a story here, I tell myself. Dry statistics do not excite me. I must understand the heart and soul of the conflict. I spot two men in black leather jackets standing at the glass door with a cheery look on their faces. I guess they must be the man I'm waiting for. I stand up and nod at them. They walk up to my table and I introduce myself. They settle down but look visibly restive. Probably they would have been more comfortable in a dark bar with loud music playing in the backdrop where nobody would really notice them. Here they stood out, and I stood out too. The friendly waiter gives me a strange look as I start chatting with two shady-looking men who seems unlikely companions for me. He walks up reluctantly and takes our orders. Both look slightly dazed and gaze at each other. "We will have a lemonade each," one of them says rather sheepishly. The other simply nods. Both peer earnestly at me, the female journalist sitting in front of them. I pretend to be indifferent and look away. Before I can start, one of them asks me, "Why are you interested in our lives?" Well, if you're interested in their lives too, you'll have to read Bulletproof. And I feel that this is an important narrative because there are very few narratives of journalists, and I would say within quotes, female journalists from the region. And it's very important to listen to these stories, of the stories behind the stories, and the trauma of a journalist, the kind of professional hazards that the journalists have to face. And people often ask me, "Why did you call your book Bulletproof?" Well, I was at a conference of women journalists from South Asian countries, and we were at a session on reporting conflict. And one of the moderators asked me, "Do you wear a bulletproof jacket when you go reporting?" So that was a very simple question, a very basic question but that was a question that actually rattled me. I kept wondering, I was just, because I had gone to the field without ever caring for my own personal safety. And when I'm talking about safety, I'm not only talking about physical safety, I'm also talking about my mental and psychological health. So reporting conflict can, have a long-term reporting, can have an impact on your health, on your mental health as well. So, so this book is available on Amazon, and I would appreciate to have get feedback from you on this book. And I think during this lockdown period, it's also time to explore areas we've never been to. So I would urge the readers to explore Northeast India, a region. If you have not visited Northeast India, you can visit Northeast India through its books. There are so many prolific writers who've written beautiful accounts of the region, and I would like to recommend few books. His Father's Disease by Aruni Kashyap, A Full Night's Thievery by Mitra Fukan, My Half of the Sky by Indrani Raimedhi, These Hills Call Home, Stories from a War Zone, The Legends of Pensam by Mamang Dai. Okay, so stay home, stay safe, and keep reading. Thank you.